Hi, welcome to the quiz. You can answer along on quizalto.com, all for free. The exact URL of this quiz will be in the notes down below. Let's get started, good luck. Which feature ensures EKS control plane security? Hardware security modules. Built-in firewalls. Dedicated security instances. AWS IAM integration. EKS integrates with AWS IAM to provide fine-grained access control for your Kubernetes API server. Which EKS feature helps with stateful workloads? Stateful sets. State managers. Data persistence controllers. Persistent workloads. EKS supports Kubernetes stateful sets, providing unique identities and stable storage for stateful workloads. What is an EKS service? A type of EKS instance. A node management tool. An abstraction to expose pods. A container registry feature. In EKS, as in Kubernetes, a service is an abstraction that exposes pods to network traffic. What is the function of EKS connector? To connect any Kubernetes cluster to AWS. To bridge VPC networks. To link EKS to on-premises data. To integrate container registries. EKS connector allows you to connect any Kubernetes cluster, even non-EKS ones, to AWS. What is the function of EKS Kubernetes jobs? To run tasks that complete. To manage image updates. To handle node rotations. To schedule pod restarts. In EKS, Kubernetes jobs are used to run tasks that are expected to complete, like batch processes. Which AWS service integrates with EKS for container image storage? Amazon EFS. Amazon Elastic Container Registry. Amazon S3. AWS Storage Gateway. Amazon ECR is designed to store, manage, and deploy Docker container images, working seamlessly with EKS. Which AWS service can you use to run EKS worker nodes? Amazon EC2. Amazon Lightsail. AWS Batch. AWS Lambda. Amazon EC2 instances are commonly used as worker nodes in an EKS cluster, providing compute resources for your containers. What is the purpose of EKS Fargate profiles? To run pods without managing servers. To configure auto-scaling. To handle service discovery. To create network policies. EKS Fargate profiles allow you to run pods using AWS Fargate, eliminating the need to manage servers. Which EKS feature ensures high availability? Serverless failover. Global replication. In-memory caching. Multi-AZ control plane. EKS automatically runs and manages your Kubernetes control plane across multiple AWS availability zones for high availability. Which AWS service can EKS use for DNS management? Amazon Route 53. AWS Global Accelerator. Amazon CloudFront. AWS App Mesh. EKS can use Amazon Route 53 for DNS management, especially when using Kubernetes external name services. Which AWS service can EKS use for container registry? Amazon Elastic Container Registry. AWS Code Artifact. AWS Code Build. AWS Code Commit. Amazon ECR is AWS's fully managed Docker container registry that integrates seamlessly with EKS. Which EKS feature helps manage cluster access? Cluster firewall rules. Node access controllers. Kubernetes guard modules. AWS single sign-on integration. EKS can integrate with AWS single sign-on to streamline and secure access to your Kubernetes cluster. Which feature ensures EKS worker node security? Encrypted hypervisors. Hardware root of trust. Secure bootloaders. Security groups and NACLs. EKS leverages AWS security groups and network ACLs to secure worker nodes at the network level. What is the purpose of EKS managed node updates? To automate node OS updates. To change network policies. To modify pod configurations. To update container images. EKS managed node updates automate the process of updating the operating system on your worker nodes. Which AWS service can provide a firewall for EKS pods? Amazon GuardDuty. AWS WAF. AWS Network Firewall. AWS Shield. AWS Network Firewall can provide network protection for your EKS pods at the VPC level. Which AWS service can EKS use for secrets management? AWS Key Management Service. AWS Cloud HSM. AWS Directory Service. AWS Secrets Manager. EKS can use AWS Secrets Manager to securely store and manage sensitive information like database credentials. What is the purpose of EKS private clusters? To encrypt pod data. To secure container images. To isolate worker nodes. To hide Kubernetes API server. EKS private clusters hide your Kubernetes API server within your VPC, enhancing security. What is the purpose of EKS optimized AMIs? To enhance GPU performance. To compress container images. To provide tuned instances for EKS. To improve network latency. EKS optimized AMIs are pre-configured Amazon machine images designed for optimal performance with EKS. Which AWS service can EKS use for load balancing? Amazon CloudFront, Amazon Route 53, AWS Global Accelerator, AWS Load Balancer Controller. The AWS Load Balancer Controller for EKS helps manage elastic load balancers for your Kubernetes services. What is the purpose of EKS Kubernetes network policies? To control pod-to-pod traffic. To set up VPN connections. To configure internet gateways. To manage VPC settings. Kubernetes network policies in EKS control the traffic flow between pods in your cluster. Which AWS service can monitor EKS clusters? Amazon CloudWatch, AWS Trusted Advisor, AWS Service Health Dashboard, AWS X-Ray. Amazon CloudWatch can monitor EKS clusters, providing metrics, logs, and alarms for your Kubernetes resources. What is the function of EKS Kubernetes RBAC? To control user actions in the cluster. To encrypt network traffic. To manage node access. To secure container registries. EKS supports Kubernetes role-based access control to define who can perform what actions in your cluster. Which AWS service can EKS use for log analytics? AWS Lake Formation, AWS Glue, Amazon Redshift, Amazon OpenSearch Service. EKS can send logs to Amazon OpenSearch Service for powerful log analytics. What is an EKS pod? A type of storage volume. A network security group. A group of EKS clusters. The smallest deployable unit in Kubernetes. In EKS, as in all Kubernetes systems, a pod is the smallest deployable unit, typically containing one or more containers. Which EKS feature helps with application scaling? The horizontal pod autoscaler in EKS automatically scales the number of pods based on observed CPU utilization. And that's a wrap. Thanks to everyone who participated. Remember, you can answer along on quizalto.com, where you can keep track of your progress and find much more quizzes. We hope you had a fun and challenging time. Until next time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more. Hit the bell icon to be notified as soon as we upload. Please leave a comment if you have any thoughts or suggestions, and, if you think this video is worth sharing with someone who could benefit from it, please forward a link to them. See you next time. Thanks for watching.